Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Traister, and I am here today with Dan Dalton, one of the founders of Dalton and Tomich. Dan helps local churches leave the denomination and keep their property. So Dan, does it cost a lot of money to leave the denomination?
It really doesn't, but let me caution you, this is a case-by-case evaluation. You've probably heard about a case in Indiana, Grange United Methodist. They paid a little over $2.5 million to leave the denomination. That's not the common situation in terms of the cost to leave. That was a very peculiar situation where the lead pastor had died. It was a larger church. The church was very uncomfortable with the bishop appointing a new pastor. So they just took the number that the conference had offered them and paid the money so that they could get out of the denomination. We've worked with lots of churches. We've worked with 41 actually churches that have gone through the process, and we're working with dozens more right now. And although I can't tell you what the exact amount is, and there really is no rule of thumb in terms of how much it's going to be, simply because these are negotiated settlements at the end of the day. And a lot of the settlements are subject to non-disclosure agreements where we can't even talk about what church they are or how much was paid. On the other one, so a lot of this information is just proprietary in terms of what we have and the knowledge of what we've done in these matters. But what we can tell you is in the churches that have left, and they're not subject to non-disclosure agreements, that they've paid nowhere close to that amount of what was in Grange United Methodist. I'll give you an example. There was a small church in southern Illinois, where the conference sued them and spent a little over $300,000 in legal fees to get to the point to negotiate a sale of that property for $30,000. The church didn't lose that lawsuit. They just settled the case by buying the property for $30,000. We have another one in Missouri where the church left and they paid nothing to leave. We were able to navigate them out without paying anything. We have another church in Tennessee where a little over $10 million was sought. And gosh, less than 5% was the cost to get out of that one. So it really depends on your church. It depends on your state law. It depends on your assets. It depends on your debt. There's a number of factors that go into it. And we've worked with as many churches now to know how to negotiate. And we worked with a number of chancellors and trustees and conferences to know what they're looking for, where we can help you leave the denomination, keep your property, and pay a reasonable amount. And that amount is going to be something to avoid litigation. In other words, you're going to be buying your peace. You're going to be paying something that will preclude a lawsuit, but it will give you the release of the trust clause and for the real property in a bill of sale for your personal property. So no, Emily, you don't have to pay a ton of money to get out of the denomination. It's a case-by-case situation, state by state. And we would urge you to talk through your church case situation with us, and we can certainly help guide you through that process. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, for your insight. If you're watching this video and we could be of any service to you, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You can give us a call or send us an email. Thank you.